Hi, and welcome back to my channel. This is another episode of my makeup minutes where I review products in a 2 to 3 minute time frame and let you know if I think they're worth purchasing. So I've been doing my favorites first, and then I'm going to move into, less than favorite or dislikes. But I feel like right now we need a lot of positivity, and I don't want to be spending 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes nagging on something. So I'm going through my favorites. So today I'm actually doing my face palette favorites. These were all released in the 2019 or late 2018. All but one I believe is still available, and this one that's not available technically I think is still available on the brand website and is at TJ Maxx and things like that when stores reopen. So if this looks interesting to you, I hope that you will subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. I hope if you like this video you will click like, and let's get into it. So the first one I'm going to show is the one that I believe is discontinued but still available at certain places, and that is the Becca Khloe and Malika palette. It does look like this, and the inside looks like this. So this palette is actually really phenomenal because in the summer when I use typically I use either Laura Mercier or I use the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. I can use this to do my entire face and it just looks glowy and bronzy and summery, and it's one palette. So I use the blush and the bronzer for my eyes, and obviously use them for blush and bronzer. The highlight I use all over my face, and even this one I can use as almost like a setting or finishing. It does look like this. So let me see if I can get a better. I can actually use that as a finishing, and it makes me super glowy for summer. So this is one that I don't use every day in the non-summer months, but in the summer I typically use it almost every day. It is just really glowy and healthy looking. So the next one is one, I actually own two of these. These were in BoxyCharm, and I did buy one off someone else. So I had one for a travel bag or my to-go personal bag, and then one for home. So it is very dirty because it's very well loved, but it is the Cover FX, and this is called the Perfector Face Palette. It does have a highlighter, a contour, finishing powder, blush, highlighter, and brightener. So the inside does look like this. This is available at Ulta as of now, and they have two of these available. They have a deep one for medium to deep skin, and then they have this for light skin. So I don't use everything every day in this. The blush is very pigmented and can make me look like a clown if I'm not careful. However, these two middle shades and these two outer highlighters are amazing. This one right here has an inner corner highlight that is unbelievable. So I do love this, and I can use this for a full face if needed. I just have to put more care and consideration into it. It's the only thing about that, but it's because it's pigmented, and that's something you do want. So the next one is one that I'm sure there's a lot of drama and everything about, but I choose not to get involved in that. I like the product, and that's all that matters. And that is the Jaclyn. This is the Flash palette. It does look like this. This is literally one of my favorite palettes I've ever used in my entire life. It highlights like you can see from the moon. So it does look like this, and this is a formula that every person's palette is a little bit different. This looks very wet and very just glowy, and it also is able to blend. I actually own this entire collection. I have one of each. I have one palette, one of the miniature ones, and one of the luminous powders, and I love all of them. They work really well, and I really appreciate that they're consistent. I don't have to worry when I use them. I know exactly what's going to happen. The luminous, the bigger jar, I actually mix in with my regular powder a lot, create a really luminous finish, and it looks fantastic every single time. The last one I think has probably been talked to death about, but I wanted to explain why I liked it. So this is the Cheek Leaders Pink Squad by Benefit. It includes a brush, actually I think it did, but blush, bronze, highlight palette. So the outside does look like this, and the inside, and I just dropped that brush. The inside looks like this. So it does have a hula, and then it has 3 blushes and a highlighter. So the Dallas which is this one right here, I rarely use. It's just one that is not for me and my skin tone very much for a blush. Sometimes I will mix it with the hula as a bronzer. This is Tickle. This is actually a really pretty highlight. It looks like this. It's very shimmery. And then California is honestly just a really pretty glowy blush. It can be as intense or as light as you like it. And then this is Dandelion. I actually have Dandelion in a sample as well, and it really is just a sweet pink summery vibe. So that is the Cheek Leaders. This one is very consistent as well. I don't have to typically maneuver it or manipulate it. The first time I use it, it looks great, which is I think very typical of Benefit's face products. Not their foundation, that was a fail for me, but their actual like powders and things I think are really fantastic, and they're very consistent. So some of them aren't always the most exciting on the market, but they're so consistent and they're so reliable that it's really honestly nice to own something that if I travel with this, I know that I can bring just that and I'm going to have everything I need for my complexion products. So that is my makeup minutes for my face palettes. I hope that if you like this series, you will subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I hope that if you like this video, you will like it, and I hope you have a fantastic day and are staying safe out there.